us out, there is the text assist, which I hadn't heard before, but after watching the video, looks like a little bullet hell type game where you have to type out words to kind of fight back, and has an interesting pixel art style. Seems pretty interesting. Next week is Elite Dangerous for free, so that's pretty cool. Keep an eye on that. And I haven't heard of this one that comes up. It's kind of weird that this one was only one game for that week. Usually they have two. But I haven't heard of World Next Door yet, or before. And it doesn't. Okay. Didn't have a trailer or anything to go off of. And this one only has the trailer. But, so you have to type out words there. Presumably you're having to type and dodge stuff while trying to do that, which is kind of crazy. That seems pretty interesting. Moving on here, we're gonna knock out a few free games right off the bat. But on Steam, Streets of Camurocho, just kind of old school 2D arcade fighter. Never heard of it before, but it has pretty decent reviews, so it's probably pretty solid if you like this retro style. Moving on over to GOG. They have Teleglitch Die More Edition. I remember seeing this a long time ago, but it seems pretty interesting. Top-down minimalist graphics, but looks like lots of stuff to pick up and fighting enemies and stuff. So, yeah, seems pretty fun. But never played that before personally, but no risk in grabbing it and trying it if it is currently free. Moving on over, I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in a long time, but yeah, there's a sale going on right now. The standard edition is half off, and the deluxe edition is also half off. And what does that come with? When did Path of Fire even come out? I am not even sure. A lot of these things, I think I just played like the base game a real long time ago. Max level boost. That's interesting. That comes with the standard edition of the game. You get a character slot, extra cosmetic stuff, and items. Alright, moving on over to a Steam Age of Empires sale. I like when they have sales and they make kind of, I guess they always have this. I just like that they have the franchise pages, which I hadn't seen pop up until fairly recently. But only a couple I think are actually on sale, yeah. So Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition and Age of Empires, so the first one. How do the graphics look for that? Because that game is pretty old. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Still has a bit, pretty much the same kind of art style what they were going with. sales, but they have their extended catalog here. So Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Battletech is good. And these, for the most part, are some pretty good sales as well. But yeah, Battletech is fun. Got Old School. Let's see. Crusader Kings Complete. Let me actually see what that is. Okay. Crusader Kings Complete. Oh yeah, isn't it? I think this Europa Universalis Rome Gold is like a spin-off of EU. They've had a couple of these, but they're pretty old now. I think they have one set in Japan, one here. I think there's another one too. Oh yeah, that's a spin-off Hearts of Iron one, I think. Yeah. Imperator Rome. That's actually in the Humble Bundle for this month. So if you have that, then that is one of your choices. Knights of Pen and Paper. I like the old school Majesty games. I think they're a lot of fun. This one is nostalgic for me. But if you haven't played it, it's like a city builder and RTS, but it's a fantasy kingdom. There's like they have some really interesting mission concepts too, but there'll be some like enemy kingdom or some powerful monster or goblins or things like that, and in order to get people to explore or defend things or attack, you are setting bounties, and you make these guilds and recruit heroes, but they're like completely autonomous. They do their own thing. They go shop, they explore all on their own, so you don't directly control them, but you guide them by like, oh, there's a bad monster there, I'll set like a 500 gold bounty on it, and then different heroes will try and complete that if they're interested and capable of doing it. Yep. I like that. Got Pillars of Eternity, Shadowrun, Stellaris, Tyranny. So yeah. Pretty cool if you like GOG. And this one, I just wanted to talk about it because it just came out yesterday, right? Yeah. So reviews are still mixed. This is kind of like a remake, remastered edition of Rune 2. And I'm not gonna get it, but I was curious to see how it ended up. Just because there was a lot of drama around it, which I think I may have talked about recently, but at the time, and then I think now again, they were kind of touting it as like a Skyrim competitor and Skyrim killer, but based on all the reviews I've seen, it's definitely not. But it's your open world action RPG with some base building and crafting and survival. But apparently they were making it, and then like Bethesda bought the company that was making this game for this company. They were making Rune 2, and they bought them and then like dissolved the company that was making it right before the release, and then that company just handed over like a pretty broken, incomplete game without the source code and assets and stuff or something. And, that really hurt the initial release, because they just had this broken game that they couldn't even fix themselves. And then, now they're trying to remake it here, but, I don't know, we'll see how there's not really that many reviews. I was looking through them, and there's some valid complaints in here. Apparently it's, as it should be better than its initial release, but, some of these complaints, are just because it's not like the first game in the series, which was a completely different genre. So, I don't know. We'll see what more reviews say of how it stands on its own merits without trying to compare it to previous entries. But I understand that frustration with when games try to change genres in the middle there. Also, I thought this video was kind of interesting. It shows the voice actors and stuff, which I just watched it. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them do a good job. I thought that dude did a good job, and this last one for this character was pretty interesting. It's always cool to see voice actors kind of get a peek behind the curtain into, I don't know, into the game making process, and just it's cool to see who's doing the voices. Moving on over, there is a pretty big sale right now in PlayStation Store. It looks like a lot of games marked down pretty heavily. Got your Assassin's Creed, God of War there, Far Cry games, Dark Souls. So, a lot of pretty solid sales. Let's see, I'll try and look at unique ones, I guess, only. Well, since there's a lot, but God of War 3, Little Big Planet, Bloodborne, Shadow of the Colossus. I never actually played that. This is the remade version, but I never played that back on the PS2. I did have one and knew it was good at the time. I just never did. What else? Stick of Truth. That's not unique, but if you like South Park, it's a funny game. Farpoint. Was that the one? Is that VR? Yes, VR headset. That one looked cool. I don't know if it's, oh yeah. I think it might be a PlayStation exclusive. But I remember thinking it looked good. I would want to play that on computer. Killzone Shadowfall. I only played I only had PS2, so I only played the first Killzone, and I had a PSP as well. I think it was like Killzone Liberation, which was okay, but I really liked the original Killzone. I think I would have liked to play for PS exclusives from back in the day, I guess. Would have liked to play more of the Killzone series, and what I was about to say and I forgot the name. What is the name of that game where I don't know, it's like World War II and then aliens show up. I don't know, I just forgot it right then. Heavy Rain. It's no longer an exclusive, but which I'm glad about. I'm glad they're on Steam now, even. First Epic, and then all of these Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human. The other one that I'm forgetting the name pages? Let's just see. Okay, so 5 pages, but, you know, that's pretty good. Moving on over, there is a Steam fighting game sale. And, like for interesting sales, they also make these pretty cool pages where they have live streams and demos for things. They're pretty cool. But yeah, just a lot of fighting games. Played Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur's solid. Also, I watched, I think Critical was playing this, but the character creator is pretty robust on that. Can make a lot of, I don't know, he was making like, him and the people he was playing with, making like characters from everything, from TV shows, from Nickelodeon shows, from movies, animes, other games. That's pretty cool. I think it was that one. I know it was Soul Calibur, but not 100% sure on which one. Got Dead or Alive. I think I had one on the Dreamcast. Forget which one it was. Yeah, a lot of ones here. Gang Beasts is fun. I like that game. Wow. They have added a lot of maps since I played it last, based on that. Like that one, I haven't seen this one. That last one, so maybe like 3 I haven't seen. One that looked like maybe a basketball court or something. A Ferris wheel with hamburgers and whatever that first one I said was. Castle Crashers is good. In underfighting games, they're also lumping in just like the beat 'em up games like that. Which when I just hear fighter, I think of like the, you know, like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter type stuff. But like the brawlers and I guess beat 'em up is that genre with like Castle Crashers, yeah. So that's cool. If you like fighting games, then continue to peruse that. I had this one just because it came out 2 days ago now. But it's a remake of a board game. I think, you know, I think a lot of board games transition very well to being computer games and being able to play online especially. I think that's works out really well. I've never actually played what this is based on, but has pretty good reviews. I think I watched like Will Wheaton from who was on Star Trek when he was younger in the Next Generation, but he had, and I don't know if he still has, I haven't watched it in a few years, but he had a YouTube show called like Tabletop, I think, but he played like interesting board games and stuff with random celebrities and voice actors and stuff, which was pretty cool. Let's see what we got here. Midweek sale on GOG. So, some ones I haven't heard of before. Grim Fandango. Way the Council. I bought that on Xbox, I think, for either this price or a little bit even more cheap. A little cheaper. But I haven't played it yet. It sounded interesting. Lots of like, I don't know, 17th century looking drama, interacting with all these people and getting to the bottom of things. I think it probably plays similar to a Telltale game by the looks of it. But you had some like RPG skills and stuff you invest in, as it says here. And you have to interact with all these characters in different ways. It seemed interesting. I bought that after school library, I feel like. What else do we have here? Life is Strange. Tacoma's an interesting one. Graveyard Keeper's half off. I played that for the channel around Christmas time, and it seemed pretty fun. I'll have to do another one with that soon. There's just a lot of good games coming out, even with a few of the major releases being postponed this year, some into next year. There's still just a ton of good games coming out all the time. Is Minute the one? I was playing, yeah, this was pretty deceptively fun. Kind of like old school Zelda gameplay, but you're limited to a minute at a time, so you have to go out and do enough unique things in a minute to keep things moving forward, unlock new items, parts of the map, complete a quest, find a new spawn point. I think you can change where you spawn. But I was dabbling in this a little bit, but because it was on Xbox Game Pass, but it right after I started playing it was taken off. They just cycle through games every now and then, and this was on it for a long time. I just got it right at the end, unfortunately. Alright, Humble Bundle has a fall VR bundle going on right now. And I haven't heard of a lot of these. I've heard of Killing for Incursion. I think Raw Data. Let's see what some of these other ones look like. It's like big robots. Is it all PvP? No, it can be co-op 1 to 4. Wonder how that looks when you're playing in VR. They're showing all third person. I assume it would be first person while you're playing. A-Tech Cybernetic. Wow, looks kind of like Doom, doesn't it? That's definitely the vibe I'm getting from it. Seems pretty interesting. Oh, Killing Floor Incursion is the most mixed of the reviews. But it's one of those ones where I think you just stand in one point. Oh, is there some movement? The vibe I got before was, it's one of those ones where you just stand in one point and enemies spawn around you and you try and shoot them as they come at you. A lot of sci-fi shooters. I haven't played my VR in a long time, mostly. I don't know, I had to put it away. I don't have that much space to play it really anymore, so. But, I might try and set it up at some point. But I like, what is it, Gorn and, was it Soundboxing? I like those ones a lot. But let's see. I Expect You to Die is on here. Creed, Rise to Glory. Walking Dead, Saints and Sinner. Zero Caliber. So, a good way to pick up a lot of VR games for pretty cheap. To go from, I've never seen it this small of a gap between the second tier and the third tier. It's only $1.22. It's interesting. Alright, moving on over. The Armistice sale, I guess. I guess that's the name of it. I don't know. That's what the tag is here, but there's I Am Bread. Perfect Date. Oh yeah, this one seemed the most interesting. Did I guess, strategically to get through a level. That seems pretty funny. Oh yeah, sorcery. I was doing a pretty long Let's Play of that. I think I got into the second book in the city. And if people were interested, I'd definitely go back and do it. Yeah, I got to one part when I was in the city, and then you can make it all the way through and not find everything, and then it just starts you back over at the beginning until you've like explored every path and gotten everything. I found that a little annoying. I'd rather just, live with the decisions I made and keep going. But yeah, they want you to see everything in that city and find everything and figure it out. Air memories of old 80 days. Caravan. What kind of game is this? Trading or something? Strategic trading and traveling. Haven't heard of this one. Platformer, I guess. The Whispered World. Alright, let's take a look at this. So, this one seemed pretty interesting. You have this little map here, it's like every move you make and dialogue you do or combat you do affects the story. And like people can die off or I don't know, forge connections with other characters or convert them to your side based on what you do. And it sounds like there's a ton of replayability, like where you go on the map. And you unlock different characters and stuff and lots of different endings. And it seems cool. It seems like something I would enjoy a lot. But, it's the story of like King Arthur, so you have all your your round table characters, all your people from the legend of King Arthur. But yeah, just the moving and combat system and how they interact seems pretty unique and interesting, so I'm gonna check that one out. When did it come out? It came out earlier this year. I actually didn't hear anything about that really. I remember seeing like the cover, but I don't think I say the cover, but the thumbnail art. Thumbnail art I saw somewhere. So I'll look into that. Neo Complete Edition. Weird that that's like not in English, but they still put Complete Edition in English afterwards. But that's it's 70% off, so if you like that Dark Souls type game, then you may be interested in that sale. The Falconeer came out a few days back, and that seems pretty cool. It's gotten really good critical reviews and critic reviews. Seems to be pretty good on Steam. But it's like open world exploration, aerial combat. Yeah, that's what that says. But just the art style seems cool based on this video. So, I don't know. I threw that on my wish list a while back. But it seems pretty awesome. Moving on over. The Crisis Trilogy is on an increased sale right now. It looks like if you bought the entire bundle, it was already 56% off normally, but now it's 78%. So pretty good sales on that, or if you just want a single one, they're on reduced sale as well. Moving on over. Green Man Gaming has a really big animations and stuff when pieces fight each other. Warhammer Quest. I haven't played the second one, but I had a good time with the first one. It's based on I think they stopped making it a few years ago, I believe. But I bought it for a friend for his birthday. It's based on a adventure card co-op game, and that's pretty enjoyable as well. Is that the extent of the sale? I thought there was going to be more than that. But out of this, just Mechanicus is pretty good. Pretty decent sale on that, and then I had a good time with those. But that made me think of, if you haven't seen this, it's not tied to a game, it's like a promotion for a new edition in like the tabletop and stuff. But I think with this new edition, I think Warhammer might be entering like a new phase, but so we might see some new story stuff come out of that. Books and games and other things in that setting. But I guess I won't play it, but I'll just let you guys watch it. But this cinematic trailer was done really well. It has Imperial Guards, and Necron, Space Marines, and the Adeptus Sororitas, chick Space Marines. So I thought that was really well done. You can just look up, Warhammer 40k new edition cinematic trailer, something like that. Here is a look at the November bundle for Humble Choice. It has Darksiders. Never played any of them, but that's a pretty good addition. A big title. Yakuza 2. They've put some of the other Yakuza games in here before. I haven't gotten around to them yet, but they seem like a good time. Imperator Rome. I mentioned that this was in it, and here it is. But, I mentioned it earlier, because that's where we see it. GOG at the Paradox sale, and we saw it for like $20. Which, if you subscribe for this, the bundle's probably cheaper than that, just by itself. I got Crying Suns, which was a space strategy game that seemed interesting. Darksburg, I was kind of happy to see. I was considering asking a friend if he wanted to get it, but it's kind of like a roguelike game that you're trying to get through and escape a city filled with zombies. And I think the combat kind of seems like kind of like a MOBA, like a League of Legends or something style gameplay with running around and using your abilities. But it's like a co-op roguelike. So I'll probably give that a shot soon. See how that goes. I haven't heard of these ones. I think Darkwood is like a base building survivally one, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, but it may not be. What is it? Scavenge and explore the rich, ever-changing free roam world by day, then hunker down in your hideout and pray for the morning light. Yeah, survival horror. I think it might be a different one than I was thinking, actually. Seems interesting. I know I've seen it before, but was that ZOQ? I don't know. I haven't heard of those two. Europa. What do you do? Is it like probably puzzle solving? Think so. You're a small humanoid with suction cups instead of feet. Okay. And then this one. art style. Pretty good reviews on Steam. Or, yeah, that's not pretty good. Those are good reviews. So, might check that out. My top ones that I'd probably get. Definitely getting Darksburg. I'd pick up that and maybe play it sometime. I don't know. I have so many games. I'd probably get Darkwood. And I'd probably just grab this top row. And then, I don't know. I'd have to look into these other ones. Moving on over to the Humble store now. They have a Bandai Namco publisher sale. And there's this 1111 Memories Retold game, which I started playing a bit of recently just to try something random and new. It's set in like World War I, has this weird art style that it's kind of like, I don't know, like an oil painting. But you walk around and do stuff and interact with things and find stuff and make choices. It's told from both like I guess he's a Canadian guy fighting for or photographer on the Allied side, and a German guy that enlists to look for his son. But it's pretty interesting, and I didn't know going into it, but yeah, Elijah Wood is one of the characters. He's that guy, the photographer one. And the other one, I didn't really recognize who that was, but he's a pretty recognized, I think, German actor, but he's been in some notable Hollywood movies as well. I think he was in one of the Die Hard movies. But everyone should know Elijah Wood is, Frodo from Lord of the Rings. What else we got here? The Dark Souls games are on sale. Got some Dragon Ball Z ones. Kakarot's good. But I've never played Jump Force. Little Nightmares was pretty interesting. I've been curious about playing this Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom, but haven't gotten around to that. Tekken. Oh yeah. Man of Medan. I'm really interested in that for a while. Playing that co-op with some friends. It's kind of like a choose your own story horror adventure. So it's supposedly a spooky one. But yeah, the new one, Little Hope, just came out earlier this month. So those look pretty cool. Moving on over, there's a Square Enix action and adventure sale, so lots of Tomb Raider titles here. Some Just Cause ones. And I think that's all just variations of DLC and those two franchises. Got your classic Tomb Raiders and also your newer ones. I think I played some of this one, and yeah, they're good. I like the remakes. And to finish up here, we'll just go through some random sales on Steam. Gang Pieces on sale here as well for half off. Got Kakarot. We already looked at the Age of Empires one. And we looked at that one as well. So No Man's Sky is half off. We've already seen a lot of those. But we'll just look through a few pages if we can here, just to see if there's anything else interesting. Destiny 2 Legendary Edition, 15% off, but still pretty pricey. Mortal Kombat, I don't know if we saw that in the missed that. A lot of fighting ones. There's Rune 2 that we saw earlier. A Way Out is on sale. 2-person co-op. Seemed pretty interesting. Oh, a duck game. That's pretty funny. Just like a local co-op, like party game style one. That's how I look at it. Rivals of Aether. I've heard good things about that fighting game. Warhammer 40k Gladius. Kind of like a light version of Civilization, just focused solely on war. But in the Warhammer 40k universe, I think I got it into humble choice, and it was fun for a few games. But I think it is lacking a lot of depth since it's only focused on war. This Man of Medan, $15. It's pretty good. Oh, Samurai Jack, 30% off. Super hot. Oh, there's Gorn that I was telling you guys about. That game's a ton of fun. Just over the top, like Coliseum fighting with crazy weapons and stuff. Enter the Gungeon is half off. It's a good roguelike. Ancestors, Humankind Odyssey. I haven't heard much about that, honestly, since it came out, but it has pretty good reviews. Them's fighting herds instead of words. Cooking Simulator Pizza. Okay. Since that's such a crazy over-the-top thing to cook a pizza, you need to simulate it in a video game. But okay. We've seen a bunch of those. Unrailed seemed kind of interesting. Not sure the specifics, but the basic premise is you're having to run around and do stuff to try and build like a train track to get it across the map before it, it's kind of like racing you. If it runs out of track, I guess it just blows up. Derails. Unrails, as the title says. Steins Gate visual novel. I don't know about the game, but I've heard interesting things about the anime itself. Blasphemous. I think that was an humble monthly choice recently. Alright, we'll close up on this one. Let's see if there's anything super interesting here. Absolver. Never played that one. Oh yeah, Humankind. That's coming out next year, April. But I think this is probably going to give the Civilization series a run for its money. I thought Civ 6 was underwhelming, and I don't know, just didn't keep me interested in it like Civilization 5 did, some of the other previous entries. So I think this one is going to be interesting to keep an eye on. But yeah, anyway, that is all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Yeah, leave a comment if you want. Giving any feedback on those games I mentioned. Any sales that I may have talked about that you were interested in and picked up and tried out. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.